Yeah, yeah.
GMF, give him flavor.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big up to GMF
Yeah.
Project Sounds
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. We've been here from the beginning. Prayers go out to the losers. Thank God I'm out here winning. Good love. Good love. Good love. I wanna thank you. Good love. Good love. Good love. Check me out. Look, I'm on the boulevard of broke dreams. With some high price cocaine and some broke fiends. Strapped with some oxycodone and codeine. Living.
Yo, Tish, man, it's going on. Yo, son, why you ain't got no food, son? I'm starving, but you ate already. What kind of shit?
Hey, man.
Come on, bro, man, ain't got no food. Yo, you need to have food in here, son.
I'm talking food. Who wants food?
Where you come from?
Staten Island.
Staten Island?
Yeah.
Food. What type of food? What you doing? Services? What are we
I'm
talking
talking
about?
everything. I'm talking about private chef services.
Really?
I'm talking about catering.
Really?
I'm talking about some real secret suave room hopping stuff going
Really?
on. I'm talking about some celebrity food.
Word. Celebrity.
I'm talking about
Celebrity who?
Celebrity who?
Celebrity who?
Are you trying to play me like?
Nah, I ain't trying to. Nah, I'm just saying celebrity who?
Like Teddy Riley.
Oh, really? Teddy.
Yeah. Like Charlamagne.
Oh, damn. Charlamagne the double guard?
Charlamagne the God. Like DJ Enough.
Okay. Wait, what's the name? What's the name? Wait.
Angie Martinez. Sherry Shepherd.
Ooh.
Will Downing.
What's the name of your joint?
That's Say Grace.
So wait, say it one more time.
That's Say Grace.
That's right. You heard what I said. You heard what she said. You heard?
What I said.
Say Grace is in the building. You heard? This is season 4 of the award-winning REEM TV. Get Serious TV. You heard?
Get
We're
up.
in the building. Let's get it. Yeah. You already know it's yours truly, Reem on the rack. As you may know, travel around New York City. You know the details. Nonetheless, man. What? How can I start this off? This woman to my right. If you don't know who the hell she is, and I mean that literally. You don't know who the hell she is. Something's wrong with your whole lifestyle. Something's wrong with this woman has worked with the top entertainers of her craft and catering. I mean, black women that's doing this. How the fuck you know about it? Listen,
They need time. They need time.
They need time?
They need
No,
time.
they don't need no time. F the time.
This is like fine
No,
wine.
no,
This thing is gonna grow over
I
time. It's gonna be
understand.
dope.
This is now. Please let me know.
Sean A. Dixon. I'm your girl, born and raised on Staten Island, 8th generation free black, which was the first African American family to purchase property on Staten Island. Established from great seeds, I am creating a legacy of not just food, but food for the soul. I have been able to minister to people with food and with the talent of being able to encourage and engage with people that I love. So I'm out here doing big things. Things are growing and working, and I cannot wait to see what's in front of us.
Oh man, what an intro. It's an honor to have you.
I appreciate it. I can't say that I'm chilling yet because I'm grinding.
Right.
I'm currently on the set of Striver's Row, a movie with Danny Glover and Joyce Starr Campbell.
Okay.
And so that's been going on for almost about a month, and it has been a very trying and rewarding task for the last 3 weeks.
Okay. Hey, man, listen, I met this young lady at a Christmas party. Shout out to Marie Driven for inviting me.
Marie Driven, that's what's up, Shady,
You know what I
Shady
mean?
PR.
Yeah, definitely, you know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, what connected me to her is a funny story. It was a cornbread. It was a cornbread. It was some popping cornbread.
From the cornbread bar.
From cornbread bar. I ain't gonna lie, I was hooked. I was done on the whole. I was hooked. And her and I, we had the greatest conversation. It led to one of the great entertainment, friendship bonds. I respect this woman wholeheartedly, nonetheless. Where can you from that point on, what has been going on?
From that point on, I mean, as far as you and I go, so our relationship, like you said, definitely has grown, and I'm seeing you doing really big things out here. I'm very proud of you. Even this today means a lot to me because I saw where you were at then, and so it lets me know that I'm also growing. If you're growing and I'm staying with you, that means you haven't left me behind. We're kind of like working in unison, going up. And so I would say for me, a lot has happened since then. I've learned a lot in business. Being a woman and being a mother and wife, it's very, very difficult to try to establish a business that can grow as fast as mine did. I'm not bragging or being arrogant, but the business has grown in the last 3 years from nothing to something. I went from styrofoam plates in my kitchen, selling them at $7 and $10 to just in the neighborhood, to being introduced to people like a Charlemagne or a Sherry Shepherd throughout the Food Network, TV, media. It doesn't matter where it's at. Film production. I have truly grown professionally in this business. I have definitely created a lane for myself, and it continues to surprise me every day because I feel like I don't have any control over this thing. It's out of control now.
Yeah, that's a blessing to have. Nonetheless, in regards to your insights within your craft of catering and chefing, what do you feel are the highs and lows of the industry right now? In your heart of hearts, what do you feel? What you've seen from others and stuff like that, what do you feel can be improved or can't be improved, or what should you stay as intact?
I'm taking a deep breath because, you really have to be careful with the industry, with what you say. And so I don't think that people really demonstrate the reality of reality TV. You don't really know what's real. And so when you're dealing with people, you are given the power to decide whether or not you want to naively move forward because you see things in front of you are gold, but they may not be real. Or you can use your own instincts and trust the power of discernment, which comes from God, and say this person may be good or this person may not be good for me. We kind of like take risks in the industry in who we get with in order to climb higher and higher. And so every day you're opening up a new door, you're meeting somebody new, you're taking a chance at putting everything that you've done to get to this point in their hands, just conversing with them and letting them know what you've done and where you're going, and you have no idea whether or not that person has it in for you or desires for you to really grow. And so for me, I believe that I am going to be the poster child for keeping it real. I want people to know that you can have somebody in the industry that's not out here trying to stab you in the back or take something from you. It's just genuine wanting to see you be elevated and genuine encouragement and trying to not be your friend but be your sister, because that's what I was sent here to be. And so I want to be obedient enough to say I can be in the hip hop industry, I can be in film, I can be in TV, and I don't have to become that person that the industry created. I can still be myself and I can still get to those people. And I believe that's a really, really difficult task, but I honestly believe that God is going to let me empower people that have a lot more than I do, because this is free right here. That's what I have.
And I'm glad you touched on that. I mean, with our brand, we always try to show to our viewers, the struggles, the realness of entertainers. You know what I'm saying? The guide and let them know it's not just going on social media, you filming, what you do and hey, Dwayne, it's success. Wow, it's amazing. No, it's working. You gotta put levels to this. You gotta really grind it. And also too in the game, we gotta stop being fake to one another. We gotta stop, doing the nonsense to each other. You know what I'm saying? For me, for one, being in the game as long as I've been in, you know what I'm saying? I was blessed at a young age with a legendary aunt, Pat Evans. You know what I'm saying? I seen her tremendously be that professional. In front of my face at a young age. So I take that into my career, and I always try to spread that to everybody in the game that we doing. You know what I'm saying? Try to spread it to everybody, let them know, that you gotta be true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Then it doesn't matter what level you're at, the amount of money you get, or whatever the case may be. You gotta stay true to yourself. You gotta really go forth and really try to be, truthful and honorable in the craft that you do. So I'm definitely glad you touched on that. Nonetheless, you've been doing this for a very long time.
Yes.
And yet, heart of heart, what is your top 5 dishes you make?
Well, my first one, which is probably the best in all the world, is my macaroni and cheese. It has taken over the likes of Chico Beans, who said I was in his top 2, and he said he traveled the entire world looking for some of the best, and mine is one that is memorable. I've had people like a Teddy Riley who've talked about it. Angie Martinez, she went crazy over it with the seafood. Her and Honey German when I was at Power 105, and I visited there several times, and always it was requested of me to bring macaroni and cheese. It's near and dear to my heart because I love it best. I know that we can't really indulge in that a whole lot, but when I do want to eat it, I want it to be really good, and I don't find that a lot of people make it like me. So it's number 1 to me and to a whole lot of other people. Oxtails is something, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna use two more of my out of my 5. You said?
Yeah, you got 5. Top 5.
So
Top 5.
my jerk chicken and my oxtails.
Okay.
I've had old Jamaican, West Indian, Caribbean women come to my house, and when they had me approach the door, have asked, "Where is my grandmother?" And I would ask, "Well, what do you mean? Why are you looking for my grandmother?" They said, "Because an old island woman cooked the food that my daughter bought for me, and I want to speak to her because it felt like I was back in my country." So for me to get that is very, very big from somebody like that who you really can't copy that, so you know that whatever God gave me, this gift is God-given because it allowed me to figure out the chemistry of food and make it remind people of things near and dear to them. Who am I to get to remind a child who just lost their home after it had burnt to the ground, 6 families losing their home that I assisted with relocating them and feeding them. In the church, the little boy, right after the fire had happened, the next day when we were feeding them dinner, the little boy said, "Mommy," when he walked into the church, "it smells like home in here." Not really realizing that he doesn't have a home anymore, but he was able to immediately resonate the smell of food to what he lost. So, that's powerful. And I appreciate God for allowing me to do that. So that's oxtails and the jerk chicken.
Okay, so we got
and then I have
3, right?
2 more because I did the macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese, you got 2 more.
Well, I do this really fabulous sweet potato with Granny Smith apples and cinnamon and fresh nutmeg and fresh cinnamon sticks and fresh vanilla from Madagascar. It blows people away when they pick up their sweet potatoes and the regular old Christmas sweet potato now becomes apple pie or sweet potato pie. I don't know which one I just bit, but it's all in one bite, so it's kind of like, when you get to the end of your Thanksgiving plate and you got a little bit of the sweet reserved after you ate everything that was savory, and you go and you dip your spoon in that and you rub it and touches the cheese and the cranberry sauce, and when you bite it's like you bit an apple pie and sweet potatoes and macaroni and cheese, and there was gravy, and you finished it and you were just like, yo, that's home right there. That's what I really believe is popping. It's secret, it's undercover, but it's something that I do to kind of make you remember me. I put taste on your tongue, so you won't forget.
I love that term.
And then my cornbread. I am not.
Yes. I am certified. Not to cut you. I am super certifying that shit. Fuck that BBQ's bullshit. Fuck all that, fuck the chicken spot bullshit. Fuck all that shit. You need, sorry about that, you know what I'm saying? You need, okay, F that bullshit. I'm sorry, I will take a Uber to this woman's house. Get for some fucking cornbread. Fuck that shit, nigga. Listen, I'm sorry. I was ODing, when I mean I was ODing,
He asked for milk.
I said, give me some milk. I need this cornbread. I got a whole bag.
Buttermilk?
I told buttermilk, all that doesn't matter. Cambodian milk, go across the bridge, go get it for Buffy. I don't give a damn. Okay. That cornbread was fire. That cornbread was fire. I'm sorry, that cornbread was fire. I will endorse that shit. Okay, I will listen. You get any brand's cornbread. I don't even care. Sylvia's cornbread, all these motherfuckers cornbread. I don't give a damn. Red Rooster cornbread. I don't give a damn, bruh. Yeah, I don't give a damn, bruh. You can get all that. I guarantee you, hands down. Say Grace's cornbread shuts that down. You don't understand. You know what? Oh man, why would you talk about that cornbread?
No, he really just did a Superman on that thing.
No,
like,
that's
he
facts.
just flew,
No,
he
I'm
just
not
orbited, not a baker. I don't do beautiful fondant cakes in the shape of your favorite sneaker. But I do bake a hell of a cornbread because it goes on that sweet plate that we just went over with a little bit of sweet potatoes and the apple and the macaroni and cheese, and you took that piece of cornbread and you cracked into it, and then you pulled the macaroni with the cornbread on it, and it like went in and it started to dribble down. See, it's not just one kind of cornbread. There's several a part of the cornbread bar, and the only reason why I made it number 5 is because I believe in perfection, and those other ones I have perfected, and because like I'm admitting my strengths and my weaknesses, I know that I'm weak in baking, but my cornbread is still popping. And so when I perfect this cornbread bar and all these different flavors, red velvet, pineapple upside down, apple pie, cookies and cream, Oreo, double chocolate, banana and walnut, all these different cornbreads that I'm baking, blueberry, honey butter, vanilla brown butter, all of these different ones that I'm creating, I have to perfect each one, so they all need a very special time and specific attention and specific love so that those are perfected. So when I serve them, when I reach that, it'll get packaged and it will go and it will blow.
Okay. All right. Cool. Nonetheless. Yeah, I keep saying nonetheless. You know, that's my slogan. Nonetheless, man.
You need that hashtag nonetheless.
I know, nonetheless, man.
You gotta sell those. Monetize.
How does it feel being a black woman and striving so well within the craft that you do? Like take the female view, the women viewers. Take it in, like, how does it feel? Like, it's because on this show, on this brand, we definitely try to do the best we can to uplift and commend, women that are in the industry, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not that all women do the stripping and all this other nonsense, whatever. You gotta commend the ones that got their own businesses, like Sean, you know what I'm saying, that's doing it. So definitely, just let the viewers know about that.
Well, being a black woman, period, is already a mark of the struggle.
Right.
And then to have multiple children in this society, 6 to be exact, is like, how is this woman giving all this attention to this business and to this family and to her job and all these other things? And I had to chop away like at a tree, how I was gonna do this. And it was more like the tree won't be just the old rough exterior bark with leaves.
Right.
Eventually, when I'm finished with this, it will be sculpted and it'll be me. And so I want people to really try to understand that when you decide that you have chosen or found your passion and you see vision, get ready to start peeling away the layers of who you think you are and start working on who you really are. And so I know that I'm really a boss. I know that I'm really prosperous. I know that I'm really giving. I know that I'm really not perfect. I know that I really have excellent things about me that somebody else can't say they have. And so every day when I start to accept more and more of myself, whether it be good or bad, I know that I have to put work in to do that. And so I've invested my life in working for people since I was 11. And doing that, I realized that, I could be that people that I'm working for. Who are you? When I sat in front of my supervisor one time, she didn't know how, she was in college and she didn't know how to use MPA or APA style writing. And so she would ask me to do her paper for her. And so when I would do her paper for her, I said, she's getting at least $30,000, $40,000 more than me, and I'm writing the papers that's going to elevate her to make another $30,000 more than me. And I said, but it's my paper, and that's my words and my knowledge and my power, and I'm gonna give her my power. Absolutely not. And so when I realized that I'm actually smarter than my supervisor and she's getting a PhD, I said, oh no, I'm a boss. I'm done with this. I can't work for you when I already see that your thinking is beneath me. Right. And so I have to move on and do more for myself, and that's when I realized I didn't need no flowery degree to do what I'm doing. I'm doing this because this is hard. This is work. This is passion. This is hard work. This is my hands. This is my mind. This is my soul saying I can create a dish that's going to make money. And that dish became so much other stuff. And so why not figure out what your passion is? I'm not saying that it has to be food, because I run into people all the time that say, I want to start a catering business and I want to work for big celebrities and I want to do all this. And I said, well, Are you ready to give up on you believing that the world has something to offer you and believe in yourself? And and if you don't really have that, then you don't need to do this. I believe that you still need to be guided, and somebody needs to be holding your hand to get a check. Until you figure out that you don't have to be there.
Right.
It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy task to say that you want to own a business, because it's not all glitz and glamour. It's not easy. There are nights where I don't get any sleep. There are days where I'm getting up and I'm fighting the time. I live my life by my GPS, and I don't use my GPS as a GPS to get me where I'm going. My GPS is my alarm clock. I turn my GPS on for whatever my destination is for the day. I turn it on when I get up in the morning. I put the address in, and so that GPS is constantly telling me how fast I need to move to get where I gotta go. There are no excuses, and I cannot be late because there's opportunity there. And so if you're not really ready to be a slave to you pursuing your dream and reaching it, then don't do this, because there's a lot that you have to put in the works in order to make this thing work. It ain't easy.
That's a fact, and I'm glad you touched on that. Now, we're going to get to the cliche-ish question. Normally, we don't do cliche questions. But we got to hear a rundown of who you work with. You said it before. We did the top 5. We did the top 5 of the food now. Hit the pressure point. I don't want you to step on no toes or nothing. Who's the top 5 that you done did this service for in the industry? Let's go. Right now.
Teddy Riley, J. Anthony Brown.
Okay.
Charlemagne.
Okay.
Angie Martinez is near and dear to me. And Sherry Shepherd.
Okay.
So those are people that are probably in my top 5 right now. And but there's so many more.
Right.
And I don't want to minimize what I'm saying about anybody that I work with. I work with a lot of people, but those people, it's fortunate and it's unfortunate, but those people's names ring bells. And when somebody hears that you worked with those people, they want to give you a little bit more time to listen to what you have to say.
Okay.
It's like I could say DJ Pro Styles, Hollywood Chuck, L Books, Big Ben, Enough, Mano, Breezy, the Gats from Empire, Tobias from Empire. All these people that I've worked with, that I speak to, that I talk to every day, they're great people in the industry, but it's all about timing. And so those people are working on timing right now. And as like I said with you and I, as we grow and elevate in this industry, the timing of someone else and what they're doing helps me. And so Charlemagne's book is hot right now. And so for me to say, hey, I catered for Charlemagne, I've been to his house, I've worked with him and his children, I've done stuff in Power 105, I worked at Viacom with BET and MTV. When I say those things, it works because he's popping. You know what I mean? Not because I am yet. It's like that's what I'm using as a part of my resume. And it's a blessing because that's not going to stop. Where I'm at right now, it's not going to stop.
Nonetheless, man, gotta say much thank you to you for coming.
I appreciate it. I really do.
I'm gonna give you a hug on air. I don't care. Thank you. You understand, it's an honor to have you here, because, what I'm saying, I try to let people know. I know my slogans. I stay bringing you talent. It ain't no joke about it. I stay bringing y'all talent here, man. And it's not because I do it to brush off my shoulders, ha ha ha. You know what I'm saying? This is just facts. And I bring the talent to you to let y'all know y'all can overcome whatever y'all going through and don't have to do the usual or do what's expected of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing you people that are telling you how to do it, the game plan of what's doing, and thrive in life. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, man, Shawnee, let everybody know where they can follow you. I want you to let everybody know.
Everybody can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Shawnee Dixon, SHAWNAEDIXON. You can follow me on Facebook at Say Grace NYC. Twitter is Shawnee Dixon and Say Grace NYC. And check out my website. It's just been put up. Ryan Patterson, Stacey Armand Patterson and Company. They're a great event planning company, and also they do some design and web. They hooked my website up. It's SeanADixon.com. Definitely hashtag me. Anything that you're out there cooking. I do a Facebook Live on my Facebook page at Sean A. Dixon. That's every Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Things are really growing. Look for my book. It's coming out hopefully by the end of the year with this plate Ivy Wed. It's an instructional tutorial cookbook on how to grow your relationship from courtship to your first year anniversary with the inclusion of children. And so there's recipes in there, there's ministry, there's testimonials, there's excerpts from other people that are just giving their great life story, encouraging words and wishes to those that truly have found someone in their life that they love and they want to take care of, that was groomed, raised, and created for your happiness. And so look out for the book. Definitely check out my website. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Stick with me.
Hey, you already know, man. Ha! You already know, man. Stay tuned. Early. Yeah, man, what's going on? You already know. It's REEM on the rack, man. You know, I know these famous red walls. Had to come up here out in Brooklyn, traveling all over. You know how I do. Nonetheless, who am I speaking with? Where you from, sir?
What's good? It's your boy. Don't nobody know you till you vocal. I used to be local. Now I'm big man global.
What's good, King? What's going on, man?
You know, same old thing, man. Just trying to stay busy. You know what I mean?
Hey, you been on a hot streak. Let's say like a month or so, give or take. Maybe not even longer. We could arguably say what, 4 months, 5 months. 2017 real hot streak, man.
Yeah, man. I'm just staying in tune with what's happening in the city and just trying to stay active, stay visible. You know what I mean? Do something towards the end result every day.
Shit, even Big Homie landed on REEM TV. That's a fact.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We definitely had to get that video up on the spot. But nonetheless, man, let us know how you feel about Source 360. I mean, I saw you in the glimpses. You was all over the place. You was networking, getting your networking on. But nonetheless, how'd it feel to perform in that type of atmosphere and perform in that event?
Yeah, it was a great experience performing at Source 360. When I went there, it wasn't planned, it wasn't rehearsed. I wasn't even on the schedule to perform, but just being in the right place at the right time. We came off a set where the battle rappers were in the community, using a lot of profanity and words that they felt that wasn't suitable for kids. And he just said, "Has anybody got any conscious, clean bars?" And I raised my hand. So, I just seized the moment, went up there and do what I do. I got a bunch of bars that works every time when I'm in that situation. Okay. So, and then because I did well over there at the block party, it led to a successful performance on the inside. I performed after Brand Nubian did their show, so I did a freestyle to a tribute to Prodigy. They just put a Mobb Deep beat on, and then I just kicked some bars over that. So the positive thing out of that is building a relationship with Londell McMillan, which is the owner of the Source magazine, and next year is the 30-year anniversary. So I'm in the mix for a lot of things next year already. So. Time is gonna fly when I'm working and you stay busy. Time flies, so you can look forward to seeing me having my own set at the next Source 360 event.
Yo, man, that's what's up, man. Nonetheless, man, I gotta commend you on your wave. Like, as an independent artist, it takes a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of grit. It's a lot of grind. It's a lot of sleepless nights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In your heart of hearts, what do you feel the highs and lows of your career thus far?
Well, the high point is just the strengthening the team and the machine every day. I got a core group of people that's we all got the same vision, and just being memorable every time I step out there. That's one of the highs. I could chop down individually, but everything goes towards the big picture. Some of the lows are people don't see the behind the scenes of financially the toll it may take on you. Like, people don't understand, you got to invest in yourself, and sometimes that might take away from other things. But however, if you believe in the product and you make the right sacrifices, it'll all pay off.
All right, man. Yo, as of late, I don't know if you've been catching up on it, within hip hop, as far as the culture itself and in the rap game itself.
there's been a big disparity between the older generation and younger generation. What's your take on it, and what do you feel can we advance from it in regards to what can we move on from that disparity?
Well, of course, you know, the way the game changed right now, it's a young man's game, and I think technology and the internet has a lot to do with that. It's a different grind from back in the days, because when you was a platinum artist, you really had to get out on the streets and you really had to sell 1 million records. Right now, you can go platinum overnight because of the internet. So it's just like anything with DJs. DJs back in the days, they carried 1 million crates. Now you got a smaller, compact, you know, system because of technology. So it's just, you just gotta adapt, man, and everybody gotta respect each other's errors. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, some of the older guys might take offense to the fact that these younger kids may not know about the origin of hip hop, because, you know, they either was maybe 2 years old or not even born yet, and some of the attitudes of the younger generation towards them knowing about older hip hop is probably what makes a lot of people frustrated. So, you know, they say, you know, I don't have to know about Biggie Smalls, I don't have to know about KRS-One or whatever, but it's just about adapting and everybody just appreciating the, you know, whatever they bringing, because it's all hip hop. You know, they not sectioning it off. They got subdivisions of hip hop, but, you know, as far as the culture itself, it's just about respecting everybody's craft and, you know, and understanding what makes them them and what makes you you.
All right,
So,
yeah, no, hey, we respect the realness from that. Let's take it upon what are we looking at 5 years or 10 years from now for Big Man Global? Like, what's the end game within that time instance or that time frame?
Okay, my short-term goals is, like, in the next maybe 2 to 5 years, I just want to be an artist that's recognized with multiple records globally. I want to have a couple hit records where no matter where I'm at, people recognize me for that record. After that, years beyond, I want to be influential in bringing up maybe younger guys from my community, giving them opportunities, providing a platform for them to be successful in the music industry, and just using what I've learned to help them. Also, I plan on building getting my nonprofit organization off the ground, YPOP, Your Problem, My Problem.
Okay.
And I'm going to be going into the schools and using my experiences and everything that I've learned in order to make it and apply it to them. You know, because previously I played professional basketball overseas, and now I'm doing music at a high level, so I'm fortunate enough to live two dreams, and most kids in urban communities either want to be an athlete or a musician. So I'm going to use my tools to teach them and show them that, you know, they can be something better or different from an athlete or a musician. Through my experiences, I come to find out, or, you know, just recognize that music and sports to me is more like a hobby. It's something that you could fall back on, and something that you could do outside of other jobs that you might use your intelligence for. So I'm not going to encourage them to do music. I'm just going to show them the tools that they may need in order to do music if they want it. But I'm going to push them to be, you know, more doctors, more lawyers, and more influential in the communities that they grow up in. The young ladies growing up, I want to get the people around me to instill different qualities, self-esteem, things that they may need coming up in the industry, and a lot of the male-dominated areas of anything that they may do, entertainment, 9-to-5s, anything like that. So YPOP, Your Problem, My Problem, I'm just going to be able to touch base on any issues that kids may have growing up. You know, maybe I don't know everything it is to, you know, strengthen a young woman coming up, but I'll have people around me that will. So that's just where I plan to be in the next 10 years, is, you know, getting that platform off the ground.
All right, son. Yeah. Hate to get cliche on you, go. Top 5 artists all time right now, son.
Top 5 artists.
Top 5 right now.
All
son.
time?
Right now, you got Hurt Feelings, my nigga.
Okay. In no particular order.
Okay.
Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, Tupac, and KRS-One. And it's a honorable mention. It could go from me to either him or Rakim. You know what I mean? So it's like I couldn't narrow it down by eras, but my top 5 of all time it will be those 5, maybe 6 right there.
All right, man. Nonetheless, man, let everybody know we can follow your movement.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat @BakeMan Global, Chase Baker BakeMan Global on Facebook, and you can watch my Vivo page, Chase Baker Vivo. Check my videos out. Follow me. Look out for my latest mixtape, The Craftmatic, the shit y'all slept on, and my new video, Big Homie, tribute to B.I.G.
All right, man. Yeah, we out here. You heard? Huh? Yeah, what's going on, man? You know, we back, still here at DTF, nonetheless. Got the reality check. Am I correct on that? Is that correct?
Of course, the RC, man.
The RC's own wise guy head. What up?
Yeah, man. Radio wise, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's Poppy, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, wise guys like everything social media wise.
Yeah.
A Poppy hack, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
BM's favorite, you don't believe me? Check her DM. You know what's going on?
Hey,
man?
babe, brother. Hey, listen, man. I'm here for you, man. What's good? What's going on? I ain't seen you in a while. You know, I see you on social media doing some things, trying to be a positive impact. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do something right and shit. But
stay right for the community.
Yeah.
Do it for the culture.
Yeah, nah, man. Listen, man. What's up, man? I'm in your town. I'm in your area. Your neck of the woods, almost, pretty much. Your home base.
Talk to me nice.
Yeah, hey, listen, man. Nonetheless, man, you know, how's 2017 treating you?
I'm blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't ask for more. You know, I just got good people around me. You know, just making positive moves. You know, DTF is a family. You know, the RC, you know, is thriving, going on 2 years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't ask for more. You know, I'm a new father.
Oh, hey, congrats.
So life is good.
All right, that's what's up, man. Nonetheless, man, like, speaking on the 2 years, man, like, how, like, speak about the grind for it. Because even for me, you know, when I had my podcast, you know, the 3 seasons alone, even though I was there for, like, about the same amount of time, you know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's difficult, man. It's challenges. There's sleepless nights. You sometimes sound like you're doing the same rhetoric all over again or whatever, nonetheless, but like take us to the process. Like what made you maintain within the 2 years?
The support of my cast, man. You know what I'm saying? My peoples, the individuals that I function with day in and day out, you know, to make every Friday, you know what I'm saying, happen. Those are the ones that made it possible. You know, I wouldn't be 2 years deep if it wasn't for my team. You know, so you know, it's real shit. I mean, reality check shit really happens. I was on the spot. You know what I mean? But yeah, for my squad, you know what I mean, individuals like my homegirl, Gemini Expression and Brooklyn Tip, you know, lifelong friends, down to my DJs, you know what I'm saying, DJ Ethan, DJ Roy Boy, to my cameraman, you know what I mean? And you know, and talent scout, you know what I'm saying, Big Ock, you know what I'm saying. These are the individuals that make the reality check a reality. You know what I'm saying, that make the dream come alive. You know, without them, I wouldn't be nothing. You know
That's what's up, man. Nonetheless, man, let's speak on the team. Like how epic or how important it is to have a team. I mean, a lot of people think that they're the lone star and they make it great and it's glitz and glamour. But really speak on that. Like, what's the the definite pinpoints of having a team?
I find it's funny at times because a lot of times people see me and they think the RC is heck, you know, it's Poppy heck, but it's not, you know. I mean, I may be like the loudest one out the bunch, but if it wasn't for them making all the calls behind the scenes and sending emails and booking artists and, you know what I mean, making sure the camera angles is right and, you know, and everybody's on cue, like, I'm just a mouthpiece, you know. A lot of times I just talk a lot, you know what I mean? But you know, we're a well-oiled machine, you know what I'm saying? We can't make it happen without one of the factors. We all gotta be on top of our game. You know, if we're not on top of our game, then you know the show doesn't succeed. But, you know, like I said, I'm blessed to have them in my corner.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, just know, you know, you think of the RC, you may see Poppy being the loudest one, but it's a cast of us, you know, it's a group of us. We all make it happen.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Like, nonetheless, man, being in that entity of independent radio, like, what have been the high points and the low points of your career thus far?
Well, low point, I mean, I think low point wise would be, you know, if a show comes along and let's say, you know, we don't have no artists, you know, the idea is to make sure that we break a new talent every week, you know, so there's sometimes where we really just get into each other and we have general conversation. So I would say that's not a successful day, but the goal is to make sure that we give a platform for individuals of talent to get exposure, you know. So I would say that'll be quote unquote a low point. High point, I've had individuals on my platform that have made it to 5 times platinum, you know, with singles and whatnot, and I hold my hat on that. You know what I'm saying? I've given a lot of different artists their first interviews, you know, like pop the cherry, I guess you could say, quote unquote. And I'm proud of that in the respects because it shows that I've taken a chance on individuals that may have not had an opportunity anywhere else, but they know that the art city have a home. So in that respects, you know, I hold my hat on that as well. You know, that's definitely a highlight. You know, artists that need to know that there's a home for them. You know what I'm saying? If at any chance, at any time, they feel like nobody's out there that wants to give them a chance, just look us up. You know what I'm saying? We're willing to sit down and give you that 15 minutes of fame, quote unquote.
Yeah, that's true. That's what's up, man. Nonetheless, man, I kind of asked my manager this question. I'm gonna ask you the same one, a similar like, do you feel within the independent radio culture that it's a healthy thing of competition, or you feel it's shady competition that's just not needed, like in your heart of hearts?
No, I mean, just the preliminaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to look at it as like in the school system, I would say that underground artists it's like graduating high school, going to college. This is the platform that you need before you get to the major leagues. You gotta touch on this. You know, you gotta see us. You gotta see the online internet radio stations. You have to see the podcasters before you can even think of touching the stations like the Hot 97s and the Power 105s. You know, so you gotta come through this round, you know, before you even get to that point. You know, unless you one of them individuals that like LeBron and you just go straight out of high school and right into the pros. You know, you can do that, but but not too many are that privileged. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta see us. So I think it's healthy competition. You know, artists. I've met a lot of artists, that started right here in these rooms. And had those 15, 30-minute interviews and had dozens of them. And it's just built their catalog so that when they get to a certain platform, they can show their resume and be like, this is where I come from. To get a chance for you to get to know me as an artist. That's one big mistake that a lot of artists they have, that they feel like I'm ready for the big leagues automatically. But as soon as you get behind them bright lights and them mics, you don't know what to say. And even if, not saying that, not to discredit the online platform, but if you go through a couple of us and you groom yourself and you know what to say and how to say it and when to say it, when you get to the majors, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying, you'll know how to conduct yourself.
Yeah, no, that's what's up, man. There's definitely a good insight on that. I ain't gonna lie, son. I know you one of the big wigs here at DTF. Top 5 shows, my nigga.
You gotta specify, God, because you saying top 5 on DTF. I haven't been here that long. All right, so
I'll be nice. Normally I don't like being nice. I'm gonna be nice this time. Top 5 since you've been here, overall.
I've been here for about 2.5, right?
Okay.
I've been here about 2.5. So I'm gonna say my experience here on DTF, the top 5 shows that have impressed me. I'm gonna have to automatically give credit to the Vandal album. Shout out to my man Mathematics.
Facts.
I'm gonna have to shout out DJ Trace from the Fix Show.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like the way he produces his show, cameras everywhere. He got a good look to the situation. Of course, my sister's show, you know what I'm saying, on Fridays, right after our situation from 5 to 7, Lyrically Live, shout out to Choice, NYC, Boss Guy, Hot Water, and all of them, you know what I'm saying? Jess Hayes and Pyro, the whole staff over there, they fucks it up right after we, you know, set the stage on fire. What else? I was at 3, right?
Yes, 3.
All right, 2 more. Salute the Unc, you know what I'm saying? Grown Man Show.
Yeah,
you know, I've never seen a situation where somebody is able to get ahead and conduct 17 interviews in a 2-hour span and make it work. You know what I mean? But he makes it work. You know what I mean? So I give it up to him. And last but not least, I'm not even gonna lie. Shout out to Steph Lover. She had a dope platform here at DTF, you know what I'm saying? And you know, she held a good torch for DTF for a minute, you know what I'm saying? But she went on and did bigger things. But while she was here in DTF, she was definitely one of the elite. So I gotta give it up to her.
Okay.
She definitely, you know, she held it down. And Sneaky, I always gotta do a Sneaky. If I could pull one off the bench,
Alright, so
for a rookie,
honorable mention.
yeah. This is like rare new shit. And if I could pull a rookie off the bench, 6-man, I would say Behind the Mask. You know what I'm saying? Behind the Mask.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Look out for that show. There's something to really play with. Shorty that runs that situation, she's really out here on Monday from 6 to 8 working. You know what I mean? She's loopy. Right. Shout out to the whole, you know, Flyboy Dada, Hank gang. You know what I'm saying? Dada, you know, fuck with them. So 6-man shit. I'll do it like that.
All right, man. Nonetheless, man, we're gonna touch on your entrepreneurial side of things, man.
I don't do much.
So, yeah. What's up this black privilege, man?
Well, you know, I see the brand. You know what I'm saying? I wear it proudly. You know, this is like one of my milestones. I can say that I'm proud of. You know, I was able to collaborate with another brand, my man Tyler Jordan from Canvas Designs, and we was able to collaborate on a hat, and we have it right here. You know, King Crown. You know what I'm saying? Black privilege, and it's working well. You know what I'm saying? We getting a lot of good responses. We have a lot of artists that have backed the brand.
Okay.
You know, we have a lot of influential individuals just, you know, through the streets that's supporting us and rocking out with us. We've had our situation in Fashion Week and a number of different stores. It's a great response, you know, so, you know, I'm proud of this. You know, my brand itself is called FME. That's kind of like the situation I have on my chest. You know, so whenever you see this and sign, you know, think of Papi. And that's one thing I'm proud of. You know, past doing radio, you know, I love fashion, so I've been able to dibble and dabble in that. You know, I got the brand coming. You know what I'm saying? It's in the works right now to expand. You know, blow up righteously. You know what I'm saying? So we'll take a look out for that. Instagram, FME 1985. You know, follow me, I'll follow back. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know, I'm just happy. You know, I'm able to expand and give people a little piece of me.
Okay.
You know, on the fashion tip, you know, and I'm getting a good response, so I'm happy for it.
All right, man. What's up with this clique, man? This clique you with? What's
No, it's not really
clique or a movement.
It's not really a clique.
Our movement.
I don't even want to say it's a movement. I think it's a movement. It's a movement.
Okay.
It's something righteous that niggas need to fuck with. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you know,
let us know about it, man.
People hear me a lot talk about New Brooklyn, and they get a lot of. I get mixed reviews for it because, you know, people that's from Brooklyn are like, nah, we like it the old way. You know, we like old Brooklyn. But it's a reason why I'm saying the revamp of New Brooklyn is because we're coming full force with the old morals and mentality, but just giving it a revamp, a new fresher look with individuals that's right now doing things that represent the borough and the county correctly. So when I say New Brooklyn, you know, it's all positive. You know what I'm saying? It's old Brooklyn ways, just with a new Brooklyn face, if it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the people that represent that brand, past myself, is Chase Baker, Mind the Mogul, Butter Cool. You know what I'm saying? Those are the 3 artists that I really I've poured into that I think represent Brooklyn in a very high fashion. They all individually are doing things on a great scale that Brooklyn will be proud of. And me, I'm just like a confidant. I'm just somebody that fills in the gaps, you know, where they may be missing or lacking at. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, what's going on, man? Let me tell you something, man. It's honor for me to even film this man right here. Arguably for me, I'm gonna be disrespectful. Top five photographers right now. That's facts. I don't care what anybody tell me. You could Photoshop your shit to a T. Photoshop your shit to be 4K. You ain't getting shot by Op. You ain't popping, son.
That's a fact.
Yo, Op, what's good, man?
I'm chilling.
You on. No, Op. We're not doing Op. We're not doing that, Op. You're not doing that. You're not doing that Barry White shit on my show, Op.
I got a cold, brother.
I don't give a can. Fuck your cold, bro. I just said you top 5 photographer.
That's a fact.
Get busy, bro.
Nah, you ain't never
Yo, who you is, man?
I'm that nigga out here.
Hey.
Straight from the projects.
Yeah.
You already know what it is.
Yeah.
I started this shit in a back to work program.
Yeah.
For real. Had a food stamp at 500. Brought a camera.
Okay. Hustle.
I say, God.
Hustle. Grind. Determination.
Everything.
You know what I mean? But nah, nonetheless, man, definitely met you back here at DTF when we was filming for season 2.
Now you met me before that at the basketball game. Played
Yes.
on the same team.
Yes. We was on the same team for Black Clips. So even then, but I didn't know. But as far as like me knowing that you're photographer, my pinpoint for you
Was here. That's a fact.
So I ain't gonna hold you, son. You that dude, man. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Like
Just hard work.
you got some iconic footage. Or not footage, film, photography. Yeah, right. You caught, you done got me a few likes, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You done got niggas like, yo, Ring, who your personal photographer? I'm like, yo, man, you gotta hop that out. But what's good, man? Yo, man.
I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just do what I love. And took what I had, man, and just made a living out of this shit. I love it, bro.
Yeah, nah, I feel you, man. Yo, like, take us to a process of when you want to get that best shot. Like, what's your take on that, man? Like,
It be days sometimes I be like, yo, this shit ain't hitting right.
okay.
But then now when I be like, yo, once that shit flicking, bro, it's non-stop. I ain't gonna hold you. When I get in that mode, that shit flicking, I know it's hitting right. It's game time, bro.
All right, man. But nonetheless, man, what are the highs and lows of what you do? Like, let my viewers know, because you know everybody's trying to be a photographer now. They're taking their phones and they taking shots and all that. Like, let somebody know, man.
Honestly, I just stepped into the photography lane like early this year.
Wow.
The whole main objective was visuals,
Okay.
and then it just transcended over into photography.
Damn.
So I was just like killing with the visuals. Now I'm leaning more to the photography because I like it.
Right.
But that visual is everything. Like,
Right.
I be cooking these 1 minute joints when these niggas come to town, bro. Highly on demand.
Okay.
But that bag gotta be right.
Man. Always.
That's a fact.
That always gotta be right, no matter what.
Definitely what we're here at the radio station. I think I did something for them at everybody's show.
Okay.
To where it's like nobody doing that. And at the level of the quality and everything that you did, nobody doing that.
You chilling. So yo, man, Op, man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. You really capture epic moments, man. Like, on some real G shit, yo. Top 5 shots, son. Top 5 shots you took, son. Yeah. Of all time.
All time.
Since you've been doing it.
Number one, I have to be Rick Ross at Highline Ballroom.
Okay.
So that was one of the shits that had me like, yo, smoke that.
All right.
Number 2 would be the DJ Self from the Riot Band, Who Got Cash. That shit was dope.
Okay.
Number 3 would be the Casanova joint I did a couple months ago.
Okay.
4, Dave East.
All right.
I'm at 4?
Yeah.
5 would be, I said the recent one Who Got Cash.
All right. All right, man. Yo, do you do any? You use Photoshop? Ain't kind of like photo editor? You just shoot what you shoot.
That's natural.
Yo, that's what's up, man.
Peace, God.
You already know. Yeah, now you giving pounds. I just giving pounds. It's the real here.
Peace. I'm gonna see you. I'm definitely see you again.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
But yo, nonetheless, man.
Alright, you too, God.
Nonetheless, man. I mean, what do you feel about that in regards to with Photoshop? Do you feel that craft or that way of editing, is it dying down, or
yeah,
or majority of photographers now they just like the raw shot, just say, all right, one hit, bam.
Yeah, it's not even one hit, because when you take shots, you take multiple shots and choose the best out of the 5. So all that Photoshop shit is corny, because if I see you Photoshop a chick and I see her in that street and she ain't looking like how she looking, I'll be like, this bitch is trash, boy. Like, I'm not going to book you for nothing. Wow. If you can't take a nice, decent, natural shot, fuck out of it. For real. That's why I don't even like girls that wear makeup, bro.
Facts.
Shit is corny. Be you, be yourself.
That's facts.
Now they say beauty is in the eye. So your eye shoots the camera, shoots the beauty.
Facts.
So why should you touch it up?
That's deep. Yo, man, nonetheless, man, like, yeah, I lost my train of thought. Ain't this a bitch? Tired, grinding. Nah, all right, nah. Here we go. What do you have to say to the upcoming photographers right now? What's your intake? What's your insight on what they're doing right now to the game?
What they doing?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what some of them is doing if they not at the same events I'm at.
Okay.
Because if you're working, you where I'm at. So, just keep working. It ain't about $1 all the time, because I did a lot of free shit to where it got me in a position to where I'm at. It's called paying dues. And there was like dudes like I looked up to in the same photography and videography lane that I bumped past with them niggas give me the utmost now. They're like, nah, it's the young guard, boy, I hear smoking. So that's what I mean a lot to me, just paying dues and giving respect. That's it.
All right, man. Nonetheless, man, let everybody know where they can follow you at. Shit. Hell, let them know the prices, God. Let them know the prices, God. Let them know the prices, God.
The prices is real comfortable. It's not too expensive, not too cheap.
Okay.
I'll work with you. You know what I'm saying? And now you can follow me on shotby_BigOutTV. That's SHOTBY_BIGAQETV, man. Holla at the God.
You already know.
Shout out to my nigga REEM TV too, man.
Yeah, you already know. I appreciate that, my brother.
Running these streets, man.
Hey, man. I'm trying, man. These dudes be on they fuck shit. I'm just about that real shit.
One nigga said, Teddy, run this thing.
You already know, man. Appreciate you. You heard? Early.